It is my honor to be able to introduce to you Frank Orrall for our entertainment tonight for the 2020 Boys and Girls Club Homecoming Gala. And Frank, I can't tell you what a delight it is for us to have you share your gifts with us tonight. It's extraordinary.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. So I gave you a tour today of the Impact Center. You got to see what we're about, how we inspire our kids, greater and beyond who they are. You know, a lot of them come from some pretty challenged homes and need an adult in their life, you know, that really provides them some vision, some inspiration, and then, you know, at times some direction and you know, a real sense of who they are, right? That's really what we're about. So I want people to really get to know you, because people know you as a musician, but you know, I've gotten to know you and the influences that have made you who you are. And I know one of those big influencers was your parents, your mom and dad. So maybe just share a little bit about your parents and how they inspired you and supported you as you developed your musicianship and your affinity for music.
Okay. Yeah. I grew up in a really small town, like population 200. And my father was an astronomer. And so my mom, I think, there was no restaurants, there was no, bars, anything like that. So everyone kind of made their own fun. So my mom ordered a guitar and had it delivered, and used to mail order her records and learn the songs off the record player. And, but so she put the love of music in me, she would just do it. She would just play songs around the house. I used to love that. And then I kind of put it down I didn't become a musician until much later in my life, until about 24 or something like that. It was always with me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So as you went on your musical path, you formed the band in Hawaii. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure growing up in Hawaii, music, culture, all that had its influences, carried over a lot for you, and the environment influences you and who you are. But then you made the move to Austin. Yeah. And you did a lot of busking and a lot of working hard to kind of build the band up. And what was that experience like for you? How did that form you?
Yeah, for me, when I first started writing songs, I would just make records on cassette, and sell them on consignment at the store, or I would play on the street and sell it. So very handmade, and then when we started playing live, we just played on the street, and so there's always been this sort of handmade factor with Poi Dog Pondering, with my work as a musician, and that carries on to this day. Now we run our own record label out of my living room.
I have such great memories of the Metro concerts. You guys, I remember when you played Letterman, and what an amazing thing it was, for a band to play David Letterman without a major record label. That's just amazing, right? And then you were the largest draw, and you still hold the record for Ravinia, for the biggest crowd at Ravinia. And actually, we were stuck in traffic and could not get to that show, as a matter of fact. So, but that's, so it's what's amazing is you had all that success, and yet you've stayed really loyal to Chicago. You've stayed really loyal to your fans, and connected with everybody, which I really admire, and in your path that you've stayed accessible and, as you said, really organic and doing it all yourself. And I remember the first time I really got to know you, you said, when you're out in that craziness, you don't get to really, you get a real close circle of people. You don't get to meet many people, right? So that's another thing you like to do, is you like to reach out beyond that and get to know people.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, I do sometimes I cook for people in their homes, and that's really a nice way, because I do get to meet people that do all sorts of things for a living, and that's makes me feel more balanced out.
Let's get it started. It again is my honor to introduce to you Frank Orrall.
Thanks, Drew. hanging over my head, a crooked and thorny starry crown. Illumination, shine a light on my dreams. I was only 3. The dead leaves of old life's longings crackled under my feet. But now the moonlight stalks me and the sun never lets me sleep. Make a mockery out of me. The sun never lets me sleep. Great constellation, shine a light on my dreams. Talking to me in my head, in my head. Go on, boy, sing your song with your donkey jaw and your tambourine now. It's all right, go on, tell all the people. You're just living in a dream. Capo Solio chiude gli occhi, riposati con mio canto. Perfect music will comb my hair when I'm dead, Lord, when I'm dead. Perfect music talking to me in my head, Lord, in my head. butterfly and my eyes are needles. Cold has your breast and my hand is on fire. You resting and reposing, oh my veins are pulsing. And nothing can kill me but your pulling touch. Nothing can kill me but your pulling touch. I'll stretch you out and lay alongside you. With my hands alone, devour and divide you. The night until her rain pelted roof. Beneath cotton white linen, all of it spilled. You the cup that I hold by the cheekbones, I pull you close and I drink you up. You the cup that I hold by the cheekbones, I pull you close and I drink you up. I'll stretch you out and lay alongside you. When my hands alone devour and divide you. It's alright. Complicated, oh, it's alright. Well, sorrow is an angel that comes to you in blue light and shows you what is wrong just to see if you'll set it right. And I've screwed up so many times in my life, but I won't get it right this time. Won't get it right this time. I won't get it right this time. I wanna 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 get it right this time. Complicated, it's alright. Complicated, it's alright. Tell me something, someone, and help me get it right. Or hit me over the head, box me up and say goodnight. I can't stand to see myself go through the motions to bring me back. both sides of the ocean. I'm gonna get it right this time. I'm gonna get it right this time. I'm gonna get it right this time. I wanna get it right this time. I wanna get it right this time. I wanna get it right this time. Get it right this time. How did you get free with it? 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 Oh. So afraid of life, I'm not afraid of death. I'm scared of going through this thing twice. I'm gonna get it right this time. I'm gonna get it right this time. I'm gonna get it right this time. I wanna 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 get it right this time.
So I am honored to join Frank on stage in our Impact Center for our 2020 Homecoming Gala, and joining on a song that has really moved me. It's on your recent release of the cassette tapes from Poi Dog, so very early in your career. I didn't realize that. It's called The Sound of Water. A little insight into the song?
Yeah, I mean, I was living in San Francisco at the time, and there was in San Francisco and then across the bay in Berkeley, there was a lot of Peruvian musicians that were out. So they're playing on the street, and they have the panpipes and the stuff. So it's like they're kind of in that Peruvian scale. So, the song was written with that in mind, and then I just came off of a really brutal breakup. And so
there's some of that in it.
Yeah. So yeah,
that's awesome. I know my Native American friends. They look at water as a healer. It's like water's life. Water's healing, and I think probably part of it why it resonated for me too is I think the country and the world needs some healing right now. So I think this speaks to all of us. So thank you. Look forward to this.
Thank you, brother. Thanks, Drew. The sound of love, the taste of love. I saw a picture of you and so many visions of you. I couldn't stand it. I saw a picture of you and so many visions of you. I couldn't stand it. I sat it through. Very nice.
Thank you, brother. And I think that's a wrap. And so on behalf of Frank, our kids that we serve, our board of directors, our community, we just can't express our thanks enough for joining us tonight. We hope you had a great night together. We hope you enjoyed some extraordinary music from a very gifted and great human being in Frank Orrall. And Frank, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, everybody, for supporting. Yeah.
Have a great